People interested in 1v1, Green Tooth Gorge, blue side. It's ShowMeMagik with an Orc mech boy. Teleporting hero that fights range combat, puts out some good damage, can also support, disrupt, build structures, and repair. Up against is Nesquik with a Plague Champion, starts off range combat with a damage of a time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. Double shooters up then, no second heretic squad, which is what I'd expect. Plague Champion can do some fun things against a bunch of orcs, like chuck grenades on them or shoot them with his bile spewer. We'll see what he's got in store. Standard capping. Really surprised not to see that second heretic squad, and these guys taking it cautiously to go for this central VP. Some Black Legion over here, not the elite scheme version. Still looks pretty damn cool. I wish there were some more options with regards to painting the CSM in this game. When you paint Space Marines in the Army Painter, you get different patterns that you can go with. Not possible, unfortunately, with CSM. Double shooters here, looking for something to shoot. Maybe a Plague Champion. No, going for the cap. Now we'll turn and engage them. I think the heretics are going to run into sluggers over here, which is bad news for those guys. Here's some Daka. Plague Champion should be taking some heavy cover here. See that little yellow dot beside his health bar, meaning that he's in light cover, but it's facing the wrong direction here. Mech Boy gets in, ties him up. I bet the Mech Boy does more melee damage than him by default. He's got those stiff left hooks. Oh hey, heretics are dead. These guys had burners and chopped through them pretty easily. More heretics on the way for Nesquik. Double shooters now running the hell away from the Plague Champion. Could have stayed in, fought him, I think. Get behind some cover and shoot him down. He's not the toughest guy out the gate. Only 680 hit points. CSM here positioned strangely. Two of them are shooting. One is taking some light cover. These two are technically in heavy cover, though it's the wrong direction. They got the job done, and they defended the VP. Storm Boys now for ShowMeMagik. These fellas might want to get... Oh, there you go. Got an aspiring champion already. But they're not going to stand against Sluggers and Storm Boys, that's for sure. Sluggers there got the cap before retreating, which is a big deal because it slows these guys down if they want to take it back, which they do. Plague Champion and CSM could have done a lot more here. Should have moved forward, got some stuff done, got some decapping. Maybe went for this node. Had a look at the natural power over here. Bit too static from Nesquik. Got some Havocs up now. And here are the Storm Boys. Big shooter in play from the mech. The Storm Boys jump this Plague Champion. It's not going to last very long. In fact, he might just get shot down here. There's a lot of Daka in his back. Seems like he'll be okay. CSM get their Eternal War upgrade, but they don't want to fight. Power melee Storm Boys stayed in that way too long. Should have retreated as soon as they heard that jump. Looks like they're going to be on the lucky side here and not drop on model. Havocs. These guys with a heavy bolter can suppress infantry within the firing arc, do a lot of damage if it gets close too. Storm Boys can of course jump them, and the Mech Boy can teleport in and tie them up. So they might struggle to make an impact if they're, especially if they're isolated like this. If the heretics are nearby, you can, you know, set traps and stuff. But I think it needs the extra squad to cap over there. Should be getting something up. Now, Nesquik, get another heretic squad, I say. Daka for your CSM, out of cover, that's very painful. Here comes Sluggers too with burners. Just runs them into trouble. Poorly done by Nesquik, you've got to say. Havoc's also got caught. He was obviously watching the heretics or something then. Completely screwed that up. Lack of map awareness on your natural power. And they might get a full bash now, the Orks. So these guys are taking their time to heal up. More Storm Boys for ShowMeMagik. That would be some magic. They are really not engaging the CSM. Come on, Nesquik, you can do it. Oh, they killed the mech boy. Maybe that's what he was looking at. Well done, Heretics. Double Storm Boys are up. This is going to be full of death for both sides, I think. Now the Chaos Space Marines on the move. These fellas still pretty low. A few seconds of fighting the Storm Boys is going to be really painful. Could take the garrison. But they're standing and shooting at the moment. Covered by the Heretic, covered by the Havocs, I should say. Heretics, meanwhile, finished the cup over there. 2-1 for Nesquik. And tier 2. A quick Blood Crusher, maybe. Could do some work. Storm Boys dropped 3 models. Here's a jump. Havocs were not moved quickly enough. Another CSM are in trouble. Special attack. Another one. Very lucky only to drop 1 model, I think. Heretics trying to get in here. There's a jump by the 2 Storm Boys. And these guys, I think, are going to die. Maybe. 6 hit points. Yes, they do go down. Plague Champion so good at retreating, at retreat killing with his damage over time bolter sometimes. Especially if it's only 1 model remaining. Storm Boys here staying in. Could probably hang with the Plague Champion for quite a while there. Sloppy fight from ShowMeMagik. Had the upper hand and kind of blew it by keeping the Storm Boys in too long. Just killing one of those CSM and kind of backing away would have been worth it. We got big shooters up for these shooter boys. Tier 2 now for ShowMeMagik. 4-1-2 to 4-6-2 on the VPs. These are all his gens over here in Nesquik, I think. It's only a node on the eastern side. There's some Nurgle worship. Just 2 fellas doing it, getting the job done. Venerating Nurgle enough to get some health regen, apparently. Havocs will surely back these guys away, or just full on retreat them. Blood Crusher is inbound for Nesquik. ShowMeMagik can respond, of course, with some tank busters or the anti-vehicle weapon of the mech, who's still down over here. It is making a big difference. But Blood Crusher should have some fun. Although, Knob Leader's up. And Storm Boys, with all their power melee and the Knob Leader's heavy melee against a Blood Crusher that only has 600 hit points and no melee resist, they can pretty much just smack this thing down by themselves, I'm pretty sure. Got some burners doing their thing. Here comes that Blood Crusher. Has like 90 odd heavy melee DPS, I think, but no splash damage and no melee resist. Makes it a poor shout to go against even like leveled up power melee squads. Can give it a really tough time. Storm Boys there jumping away. I think they should have stayed in and fought it. Mech Boy, despite having 2 melee squads, doesn't have battery pack to support them or anything. Yeah, I think he's been a bit too afraid of this Blood Crusher here. Storm Boys will do some work to that thing. Or maybe just wants to defend the power. CSM level 2 with a ton of war. Plague Champion with no war gear. It is level 3 though, so he's picked off a fair few Orks. We might see ShowMeMagik get flanked quite badly here. Blood Crusher's in. Sluggers have their Knob Leader. And Mech Boy, as you've seen, is back to his feet. Got to turn and fight him. Tank Busters on the way. Here comes the Storm Boys now. Now they engage. Maybe waiting for this guy to spend all his energy. Special attack there from the Blood Crusher. But as you can see, it's getting hammered by the heavy melee Knob Leader and all those power melee attacks going in. It's going to die here. Even though the Knob Leader's down, it's going to go down itself. There we go. Do not mess with Storm Boys if you're a Blood Crusher, it turns out. Tank Busters are up, but I don't think they're needed. All the vehicles are down. He needs to repurchase the Knob Leader, but otherwise, very, very good engagement. Killed a 60 power Blood Crusher with nothing special, just sent his melee squad into it. Heretics fleet. Haven't seen them in combat too much. I mean, they took down the hero over here. But I certainly didn't see it, so it didn't happen. But tons of red ShowMeMagik already. Look at this. Could be using some more Dakar globals and that kind of thing. You have some Mark of Corn CSM for Nesquik. This could be very fun with touch of Nurgle and stuff. And light grenades are up. Very fun piece of war gear. Grenades are always cool to toss around. I generally forego them myself because mucus discharge is just so good and it's only 25 power these days. Really hard to turn that up when it's gives you so much sustainability in the field for a decent price. I would like to see mucus discharge tuned a bit, moved back to 30 power, maybe given a slight buff in the heal. Maybe I'd actually like to see it like rapidly regenerate health rather than a big burst of healing. Seems more Nurgle-y. I think it heals for 170 right now. The Plague Champion, maybe make it heal for 18 health per second for 10 seconds, so you get 180 over the 10 seconds. I think that'd be pretty cool. Maybe a slightly more AoE heal on it as well. Here's Touch of Nurgle, while I'm babbling about a war gear that's not even in this game yet. He could switch out later, of course. It's only 20 power to Black Grenades, so if you get 2 or 3 decent throws with this, I think you've got value. Get more than that and you're laughing. As I said, it's just really hard to not get mucus discharge for me. Maybe that's just my playstyle. Quite conservative with my Plague Champion. Down goes the Mech Boy. Here comes the Blood Crusher charging through onto its own units. These fellas did well though. Level 3, chopped up some Orks. And look how many skulls they've got now. Now capping. ShowMeMagik dropping some of his shooter boys there. The Storm boys are still there. And we've got those level 3 sluggers, of course. They're a big threat. Especially with any kind of buff or support from the Mech Boy, which we're not seeing yet. Can get Super Tough Beam. I believe that's a tier 3 war gear. Can get Battery Pack, though, which I haven't seen. Pain Boy as well, of course. Could be an option. 318404 on the VPs. There's the 2-to-1 for Nesquik. Has another Blood Crusher because the first one did so well. Why would you get this again? He's still got the Storm Boys, now has Tank Busters. Maybe there's a plan. I mean, we saw it in that last engagement. Not get really touched. Maybe the presence of the Mark of Corner CSM, the willingness to use Touch of Nurgle now makes it more viable. We shall see. Those CSM are down to 2 models though, and they're going in there. Good charge from the Blood Crusher. Blood Grenades throw, and it's a good one. Look at that. It really is painful when you hit it, and it spreads to these Storm Boys. The Blood Crusher does go down. I don't think that was a good purchase. Heretics get their Doom Blast and flee. Light Grenades delivered huge amounts of damage there. Actually took down the Nob Leader of the Storm Boys, or at least helped to. Get some Chosen Plague Marines, Nesquik. You've got tons of red, and they do a hell of a lot of work here. 1-to-1 cap. Nesquik with a pretty damn decent VP lead here, 120 or so. Power bashing, no RD Orks. And power decapping. And Nesquik is down to just 3 units on the field. I mean, the first Blood Crusher at that point, a decent choice, I think. Didn't use it very well, but that second one was just bad. A bad decision. CSM now have their aspiring champion back. Ready to chop things up. Havocs need to move. There's some Nurgle worship. I think I've got a full retreat here. Got a full retreat. Just some sluggers in play to take care of. Shouldn't be too hard. Needs to get that power back though. Map looking very, very blue. CSM dealing with the sluggers pretty easily. Both level 3, I think, are they? Yep. Tier 3 for ShowMeMagik. Havoc's a level 2. More CSM for Nesquik. We might see more Mark of Corn CSM because those guys are doing pretty well. Pretty well. He's got tons of red for Touch of Nurgle. Going for the VP before the power. Where are these fellas going? For the other VP? It's one thing Mark of Corner CSM give you. Very decent foot speed. Especially for a Chaos unit. Generally lack mobility. They can run. These guys can run. Good cardio. Havocs are going to go for the power. Plague Champion was idled for a second, but now he's going. Level 5 has gone for Armor of Pestilence. So you could see him transition into the Mucus Discharge, or maybe even Icon of Nurgle with the Fist. Or the Sword. I mean, Sword gives you Orc zombies potentially, which is pretty fun. This is the new CSM squad, so they're only level 1. Touch of Nurgle is up though, there it is, and more heretics coming in, and ShowMeMagik does not want to fight that. I mean, he could have just switched targets, stopped damaging the Touch of Nurgle squad, and come away with a decent engagement there, but I guess didn't like the look of the heretics and the second CSM squad coming in. Now a power bash maybe for Nesquik, and that could level these guys to 4. Still has a decent VP lead. Looted tank now to fight though. Might need to get an upgrade for these fellas to fight it. Although, double CSM with their aspiring champions who have melter pistols could chase it down rear armor. Gonna be tough though, and it should do a decent job for ShowMeMagik. Mech Boys level 3 has got the custom force field. 251 to 331. Double cap now. Maybe a triple. Heretics are trying to get it done. Eating some Orc Flame, but they're going to do it. There is the triple cap. Going in pretty hard here is ShowMeMagik. Could see another touch of Nurgle, I think in fact we should have. Should have put it on the heretics there. Opened up with a Doom Blast. Would have got some... Yeah, look at this. Still wins the engagement without it. CSM with Mark of Corner, no joke. These guys now level 4. Up to 1557 hit points. And they'll be doing a bunch more melee damage and have a bunch more melee skill. And they have energy. I don't know why CSM have energy. They can't use it. 198331. What is this? It's Havoc still on capping duty over there. More Havocs are on the way for Nesquik, and I don't think that's a bad choice. He's seen a looted tank. These guys are not upgrading, they're capping. So maybe a las cannon right out the gate here, or double auto cannons would be pretty tasty. Auto cannons are pretty fun to use, they just mince things, especially the chaos ones. Pretty sure they are stronger than the Imperial Guard ones in terms of damage, although heavy weapon squads can get those awesome shields and stuff. Oh well, those Havocs are gone. Looted tank doing a good job. Grenade misses, but retains that VP. Just the threat of the grenade can also do some good work for you. Heretics almost level 4, look at that. And we are going to see a las cannon from the Havocs. Getting that Mark of Zeech. Looted tank does have the reinforced plating, that's why you saw the attempt at using that big boom shot. You now need the upgrade to do it. Oh, look at this. A Plague Fist Plague Champion. There we see Pestilent Strike, a good way to shut down melee squads for your own melee squads to get in. Heavily reduces range damage by 90% as you can see, but does not affect being smacked around. So it does synergize well with your own melee forces. Still has those grenades as well, can drop them at his feet. I'm not sure if this will count as range damage for Pestilent Strike to debuff. It might do. Looted tank's in trouble here. Looks like it's going to barely escape and gets another shot in too. And some repairs now from the mech boy. Flash kits for ShowMeMagik against a big melee force. They're going to need something to screen for them. And we do still have Storm Boys. And of course, this guy can go barreling in with his custom force field and knock things over. They are getting their blasters. That could be very, very painful for the CSM. Even if they catch them with one volley, bunched up like this, like before the fight starts, that could make a big difference. The Havocs are heading over to the east side to cap. Oh, look at this. Mucus Discharge is in. Well, it's 145 health for the Plague Champion. Okay, 70 health for allies. Yeah, so maybe that if that was buffed to like 160 heal over time for 30 power. There you see it doing its thing. These guys up to level 2 already. No shrine in the mid could be very useful. Tank Buster's getting chopped up. Haven't had a whole lot to do since the second Blood Crusher went down. They can still disrupt and stuff with their barrage. Uh-oh. Havocs have been caught, and Nesquik not paying attention over here is going to lose them, I think. Oh, we'll be lucky not to. Does have more Havocs, the third. Second on the field. Looks like they're keeping their heavy bolter for now. Nope, going for a auto cannon. And why not? Auto cannons are fun. You can shoot off here. This is a support wall, so it doesn't block shots. Mech Boys level 4 is capping the central VP. Heretics capping the west though. Going to be a 2-to-1 for ShowMeMagik for now. Here we see those flash kits with those blasters. The blasters look freaking awesome. An awesome job, whoever did these things. They're sparking and everything, full of wires. Very, very orky. Not sure if they were taken from the campaign or something, or if they were just made outright. There's Touch of Nurgle again. If it's not on your Heretics though, you can't trigger it when you want to. You need to rely on your stuff dying. There are the Heretics. Oh, they're bashing power. Blaster's doing some work, as you can see. Pestilent Strike is up here, which is keeping those guys alive. They're trying to stay inside of it. You need to move or something though. You can't just stand there. Las Cannon's getting shots. Auto Cannon getting shots. I think they're going to take this tank out, and they do. Blasters moving up and shooting the crap out of those Havocs. Some CSM are still in play. These Havocs are barely alive. 29 hit points. There's there's an Noxus Cloud coming in. Tank Champion has some really cool globals. Gonna kill one of these fellas, yeah. These are heavy infantry with flash kits. That's a bad fight for ShowMeMagik. The Pestilent Strike really helped Nesquik there. Down goes the Mech Boy. That might be game, says ShowMeMagik. He has insane amounts of red. In fact, it's maxed out, so a nuke could change things here. Heretics are now without orders. There we go. They're going to bash the node. Level 4, which is a little Christmas miracle for these guys. Might be GG, says ShowMeMagik. I mean, we've got 999 red in tier 3. I don't think it's ever GG. Got more flash kits. With blasters. Git finders on the way. 144 to 275. 130 odd VP lead. Las Cannon now not terribly useful. Could bash power with it maybe. It's not even set up here. Orks are trying to go after the east side here. Avoid the mid where most of the chaos stuff is. Mech Boy is down, of course. These guys are kind of split up, but the blasters tearing through them nonetheless. Couldn't finish the cap over there. It's going to be a 1-to-1 because we've got tank busters on the west side. Tier 3 for Nesquik. Could save up for Terminators. Just needs 100 power. That Plague Fist getting some hits. There's a Rocks. And that's going to hit those Heretics pretty well, I think. So a bunch of reinforcing to do at least. It did take out the Havocs. That could have evened things up. I think it did. Got Touch of Nurgle on these fellas for some reason. Good a bit. early. What were they doing? Were they chasing something? Maybe they were chasing those flash kits. 124 to 275. A heal from the Plague Champion. He's level 7 now. Tank Busters doing their capping stuff. And why not? They could also bash this with their rockets in pretty good time, I think. What does Nesquik do now? I think Havocs are still a pretty good shout. Suppress those flash kits, they can't do nothing. You've still got CSM to put pressure on them too, which will be easier if they're suppressed. Havoc's still a good shout. He's gone for Raptors. Also pretty good, but if ShowMeMagik gets some knobs up, he could regret getting the Raptors. But Raptors and double mark of Corn CSM will do a hell of a lot of damage to knobs, especially if you can get in and stun them first. So it could still work out. Trying to cap and gives it up. Did get a decap though. Mech Boy now doing some capping of his own. Daka for the Heretics. Here are the Raptors. A jump troop. Oh, he's going for melter guns. They will lose their suppression on landing now. But jump troops with melter guns is still pretty good. Oh, they have bayonets on them. I don't think I ever realised that before. Blasters doing their thing, getting a bit too close though to some chaos stuff with axes. Needed to shoot and move, shoot and move. There's another Orks. Avoids it this time, Nesquik, but it is completely off the field because of that. Maybe get a war truck up, ShowMeMagik, for a little bit of support and give Nesquik something else to worry about in terms of what targets to pick. Because as it stands, Nesquik can just run towards your range line and chop it. Oh, it's a Nob Squad though. It's a good thing to have to counter-initiate. A squad of knobs. Mech Boy now going for the east side. Here comes a Plague Champion, still level 7. And the mech is what? Well, 5. Should be able to get a decap pretty easily at least. In fact, might be able to get a cap with Pestilent Strike up. Here comes some CSM. Are they both level 4 now? No, 3 and 4. There we see the Pestilent Strike. It's pretty pestilent. Level 5 mech. Really surprised he never got the battery pack up. Maybe with knobs in play he will. Knob leader immediately purchased. And we'll see how they do. I mean, this is a scary... These double CSM are pretty scary here. And it is all power melee. But it is a Nob Squad. Just knocking over his own fellas there. I like the unintentional orkiness that Dawn of War 2 gives you. Huge hammers on the way, but no Meaner and Greenie yet. I guess he doesn't have actually that much red. He's got 76. Orks naturally accrue their red resource over time, because a lot of their abilities use it. Those Raptors should be capping over there. Misclick or something, because they are not. There we go. Nob's going to go after him. I like how this guy has an axe on his back in case he drops his hammer or something. That's the Nob leader there. He's got a helmet as well, so those heavy melee headbutts are even more brutal with that fella. Raptors leaving, as you would expect. 101 to 238, single cap here. These Melter Raptors was a strange choice for me. There's no vehicles. There was just a bunch of ranged units on the field when he got them. We'll see how they do, I suppose. They'll do some good damage to the Nob Squad. Here we go. Can the Nob Squad take all of this on? A good special attack immediately, taking tons of damage to the Nobs. He's got Touch of Nurgle available as well, yeah. He's dealing with them here, he's dealing with them. Flashkit's now trying to help out. There's the Touch of Nurgle. And Nob Squad are dealt with. Traded pretty cleanly there, although Blaster's doing some work and making that into a not very clean trade at all. Took out one of the CSM. Chaos Predator now in play. Nob squad did survive. Yeah, with a single model they survived. I think it was the Nob leader too, so it doesn't need to repurchase. Here's the Chaos Predator. It's a tank. Like a heavy metal version. Raptors now have their aspirant champion. I mean, it gives them an extra melter gun, but not a whole lot else for these fellas. And Chaos often have that trouble with their squad leaders. They are kind of vanilla for the most part. I mean, the aspirant champion Heretic is, for the Heretics I should say, is pretty nice, giving them a more powerful Doom Blast, more health across the board, and a pretty good melee fighter himself. But for the CSM, their aspirant champion isn't too exciting, especially when you get the mark. The mark of Tzeentch aspirant champion in particular is like an extra gun, and that's it. I'm not sure if he even has more health. Without a mark, at least he gives you slaughter, which is pretty nice. 99 to 181, 2-to-1 cap here for Nesquik. Blasters in the mood to shoot some stuff. Level 3 flash gets hit. Still has a decent VP lead. Heretics now on the way. We've got Bloodletters up. Demons with power melee weapons. They can teleport. There we go. And they're going to kill that mech boy pretty fast. Level 5 or not. Yeah, a few seconds and he goes down. He's now level 6. Oh, the tank was dealt with. I guess Nobs got close to it. Won't last long if Nobs get close to it. Could get some Havocs up to help control the Nobs. I mean, is Plague Fist better than the Biospear against Nobs? I don't think it is. I think Biospear is pretty damn incredibly well suited against a Nob squad. If you can hit the Billions Discharge, of course. It really messes them up. Frenzy can't break green crap on the ground like it can Suppression. Heretics died over here, so we got some fresh ones. These fellas aren't capping. Pestilent Strike was used to get the cap, I suppose. Now being knocked over by the custom force field. Does it really knock you over even when you have Armor of Pestilence? Wow. I guess it's ability knockback. Which is bad for these guys. Taking blaster shots and now a Nob squad on them. Stayed in way too long there. There was no way he was going to finish the cap, so just get out of it. Single now for Nesquik. Where are the Bloodletters? Here they are. Supported by Heretics, but they can't do a huge amount on their own. Nob squad will pummel them pretty hard. Mech Boy trying to get his VP back. Played champion. Not too pleased. Smack. Yeah, Mech Boy needs to leave that alone. There's a double now for ShowMeMagik. Nesquik has a lot of resources. Should be getting Terminators on the field right now. 550 wreck, there it is. Has enough for the Terminators. Could get claws up and really just tear through everything in ShowMeMagik's army, pretty much. But we're not seeing it. Maybe he wants the Great Unclean One. It's like 200 wreck away and a little bit of power. Is it still 200 power? I don't think it is, actually. Not sure what Nesquik is waiting for. Needs some things on the field. Terminators come straight in as well. That's one of the big value propositions for Terminators, that they hit the field anywhere you want instantly. More Nobs on the way for ShowMeMagik. Still not purchased anything. Nesquik must be waiting for the wreck to get a Great Unclean One, but it might come too slowly. It's a Land Raider Phobos. That's a really bad choice, I think. Not only is it going to take like 70 seconds or something to build, which is way too long, it's going to get torn up by double Nobs. I mean, he hasn't seen the second squad yet, but even a single Nob squad doubled up with hammers is going to tear through a Phobos once the Dirge caster stun ends. Very strange choice. Is it even going to hit the field in time? It's a 2-1. Running out of time here. It's going to be a double at least, maybe even a triple. I think it is going to be a triple. I don't think this Phobos is going to get to do anything. Heretics being reinforced. Second Nub Squad now very much in play with huge hammers. And that Nob Leader's there too. Phobos is almost 3/4 of the way done. It's a triple cap here. I think ShowMeMagik now should be prioritizing a commando squad, even if he even needs it, to get those quick caps if needed. Does anyone have a nuke? Nesquik might have one. Yep. Level 9 Plague Champion here. Down to 20 VPs, though the Phobos is not going to be able to do anything. Blasters getting shots in. 2 Nob Squads is just too much to deal with here. Even with the Pestilent Strike blocking out a lot of the Blasters' damage. There is the game. A triple cap. Phobos did hit the field, but it was a poor choice for Nesquik. We did see some very strange unit choices from the Plague Champion player. Not the highest level game ever. Especially early on, there was some lapses in concentration, but it came together to be a pretty fun 1v1. So a lot of melee, some orkiness, Nurgle touching things, and I had a good time. Level 9 Plague Champion, what did we have on the Mech Boy? Level 8. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.